Hello, this is Ric the Trucker. This is Physically Healthy in Trucking. And swelling of your feet can be a sign of major problems with your organs. I want to tell you how, just by taking a few steps and changes in my diet, I was able to get rid of the swollen feet thing for good. Actually, it was a few years ago when I took plane trips that I noticed my feet felt like they were swelling when I was in the air. And it was no major big deal. It'd go away in a little while. Somebody told me that if I drink too much coffee in the morning before I flew, that could cause that problem. So I stopped drinking coffee before I flew. Later in my life, as I became a truck driver, I noticed this getting worse, in that as I was driving, long days, as we do, drinking a lot of coffee, that my feet would swell up, and it got so that it was actually feeling it in my calf, and my feet were getting so swollen they were ugly. They looked monstrous. It was weird, very, very weird. I couldn't see any veins or tendons in my feet. It was just bloated, and it worried me. Something was definitely not right with the body. I found that if I got home and I walked around a little bit, and they would go right back to normal within 24 hours. So, whatever. It's all good now, kind of idea. But it kept happening over and over again as I'd get back on the road, have a long day. So I decided to cut back on the coffee, and I did, and that seemed to help a little bit. They weren't quite as bad, but they still were a little bit puffy. So this went on for a long time until I started with the keto diet and intermediate fasting. What I've learned with a little bit of study, watching videos and a little bit of reading, is that the swelling of the feet comes from inflammation. Inflammation is when white blood cells are attacking foreign chemicals that get into the body and through processed foods, just like a germ might get into your skin from a scratch and then it swells up. I mean, your skin is an organ, so just like that, the white blood cells attack. They're supposed to. They're doing their job, but when they attack, they can leave scar tissue in the affected area or wherever the germs or bad chemicals have gotten. For instance, your liver, your heart, your kidneys. So like if an evil alien attacked the planet, first thing that we would do is send out our military. They'd probably attack the cities, and we send out our military to attack these foreign aliens, keeping our planet safe. But like any movie you see, the cities get destroyed and there's a lot of collateral damage, and we can send in ambulances and EMTs and police, but they can't get through. The streets are all blocked up. Well, that's scar tissue, like what happens in your organs, that the white blood cells come in and they fight off the bad guys, and it leaves scar tissues. Then traffic doesn't flow, the good things can't get to where they need to go, the proteins. And I'm going to tell you how I cleaned up my streets and my major organs to help get rid of the bloated feet. Number one, get rid of the sugar. Sugar is a complete inflammatory item. I think I've gotten to a point where I think they should have a warning label on all sugar products, candies and things. I think they should have a cancer warning label. My brother, who's fought cancer for years, told me that when they check his body for cancer, they inject him with a sugarish fluid, and the cancer in the body just lights up like crazy because it's getting its meal. It's going, hey, party time, lots of sugar here. And then they do their scan and they can tell where the cancer is in his body. I don't know if they do a new way. That he told me this years ago. But I was like, oh my goodness, so cancer just loves sugar. He goes, yeah, that's the way it is. So I think there should be a Surgeon General warning about cancer on every Three Musketeer and Twix. So number one, get the sugar out of the diet as much as you possibly can. to the best of your knowledge. Number 2 is I cut out all carbs, breads, crackers, chips, fried food, all that stuff, junk food. Man, I'm a KFC loving guy. I love my fried chicken, but not that much, because I know what that's going to do. It's going to cause problems. Highly processed foods. The good Lord, all the hot dogs and meats and cans. There's a lot of junk they put in there, and that's the kind of stuff our white blood cells and antibodies got to fight off that leave scar tissue. So try to get rid of that. During my first month, I think the only fast food I had was a few salads from Subway, which, in a pinch, that's pretty darn good. And I think 2 times I had carb hamburgers, where at Burger King you can say, can I get it lettuce wrapped instead of a bun? They'll do that for you. It's not as much. Number 4, add lots of vegetables. I think this is where I did something really, really good, because I eat a lot of vegetables. A lot of good big salads, a lot of avocado, which is tremendous. It's just a superfood. A lot of eggs. Of course, with your milk, your cheese, your eggs, and your meats, you want to look for grass-fed or naturally fed or free range for chickens. All this more nutrients. Took a multivitamin right away. Started taking multivitamins. I take extra to my multivitamin potassium, B12, D, fish oil, which is an omega-3, and apple cider vinegar. Yep, and I drink a lot of green tea, and I like the green tea with ginger. It seems to, there's lots of great things you can learn about ginger and lemon. I think, though, the most important thing I did was, after the first week, my feet were cleared up already, but I did get into intermediate fasting. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to do more talks about it. But autophagy. Autophagy is the ability for the body to not be so busy digesting food all the time that it can get in there and fix some of the problems that overeating and the bad American diet has done to us. Allowing autophagy to take place, that gets those that infrastructure of the cities after a major war back to running clearly and doing what it's supposed to do. That's what I did, and that's where I saw my results of my feet being normal again, which is very, very, very nice. But if the diet alone is not working fast enough for you, there is serapeptite. It's a supplement that you can also get that helps dissolve clots in your major organs. It also dissolves scar tissue. It helps with inflammation, and is a good thing to try if you're having difficulties with the bloated feet and the diet doesn't seem to be changing quickly enough. And again, it'll help get your body's infrastructure back on track, so the vitamins, the proteins can flow where they're supposed to go, feeding your body as it's supposed to be fed, and keeping everything running properly and smoothly. And that's all I got for now. I do want to show you what I had for dinner. I recorded it earlier. I'll stitch it in, and I'm going to put those vitamins in a affiliate link down bottom. So please like, subscribe. As I tell you before, we're in this together. The more subscribers I have, the more I'll probably stick to this diet, knowing that people are depending on me to be successful. Tonight I'm having broccoli with cheddar cheese, some leftover roasted chicken, a couple of eggs with salsa, just regular good old salsa. You can have plenty of it. a little Louisiana hot sauce, and a little bit of Lowry's. And I'm gonna add some olives probably to it to give me some good fats, and that way I get all my protein, fats, vegetables, and everything I need for today. So just want to let you know I'm back, and I'm back on the diet, and I am doing the intermediate fasting, so stay with me and we'll see how we go. Thank you.